Oh my god, this isn't just teammate news. It's the kind of announcement that changes everything for the entire WNBA sisterhood. When Sophie Cunningham called Caitlin Clark with news that nobody saw coming, it wasn't just about basketball anymore. We're talking about the kind of life update that makes you stop everything and realize that these athletes are real people with real lives happening behind all the highlights and stats. And when Sophie shared what she's been keeping secret, even Clark couldn't hide her reaction. The way this conversation went down has fans everywhere talking about what this app means for women's sports and the incredible bond these players share both on and off the court. So, let me back up for a second, because if you don't know Sophie Cunningham, you're missing out on one of the most genuine personalities in the WNBA. This woman has been grinding in professional basketball for years. And honestly, she's the type of player who makes everyone around her better just by being herself. Sophie plays for the Phoenix Mercury, and she's basically become the heart and soul of that team in ways that don't always show up in the stat sheet. And you guys, the relationship between Sophie and Caitlin is something really special. Even though they play for different teams, there's this mutual respect and friendship that developed through USF basketball and just being part of this tight-knit community of elite women's basketball players. When you're one of maybe 144 women in the world doing what they do at the highest level, those bonds become incredibly important. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Sophie has been dealing with something personal that she's kept pretty private.
Sophie, till late in the third quarter, you guys were struggling offensively in that frame, second half in general.
And the way she chose to share this news with Caitlin shows everything about their friendship. Like, when you think about how competitive these athletes are on the court, seeing them support each other through real-life stuff just hits different. Now, Sophie Cunningham's journey to the WNBA wasn't exactly typical. She played college basketball at Missouri, where she became one of the most prolific scorers in school history. During her time there, she averaged over 20 points per game and really established herself as someone who could create her own shot and be a primary offensive weapon. But what really stood out about Sophie was her leadership and the way she carried herself both on and off the court. When she entered the WNBA draft in 2019, Sophie went in the second round to the Phoenix Mercury. And honestly, a lot of people didn't know what to expect. The second-round picks in the WNBA often struggle to even make rosters, let alone become significant contributors. But Sophie had this determination and work ethic that coaches immediately noticed. She wasn't just trying to make the team. She was trying to prove that she belonged at this level. Her rookie season was all about learning and adapting to the speed and physicality of professional basketball. The WNBA is no joke when it comes to the level of competition. And Sophie had to adjust her game significantly from what worked in college. But what became clear pretty quickly was that she had this basketball IQ and court awareness that you can't really teach. She understood spacing. She knew how to read defenses. And she had this fearless approach to taking big shots when the team needed them. By her second season, Sophie had become a regular rotation player for the Mercury. And that's when people really started to notice her impact. She's not the tallest or the fastest player on the court, but she has this ability to be in the right place at the right time consistently. Whether it's hitting a clutch three-pointer, making a key defensive play, or just being the emotional leader that keeps everyone focused, Sophie found her role and embraced it completely. The Mercury has always been a franchise with high expectations. With players like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Gurrier, this is a team that expects to compete for championships every year. For Sophie to earn her place in that environment and become a trusted contributor speaks volumes about her character and her basketball ability. She's not just filling a roster spot. She's genuinely making the team better in measurable ways. And honestly, watching Sophie's development over the past few seasons has been really inspiring. She's become one of those players that other teams have to specifically game plan for, because she can hurt you in so many different ways. Her three-point shooting has become deadly consistent. She's improved her ball handling to the point where she can create offense off the dribble. And defensively, she's turned into someone who can guard multiple positions effectively. But beyond all the basketball stuff, what makes Sophie special is her personality and the way she connects with fans and teammates. She's got this authentic, down-to-earth vibe that makes her incredibly relatable. When she posts on social media or does interviews, you get the sense that she's just being completely herself rather than putting on some kind of professional athlete persona. The friendship between Sophie and Caitlin really developed through their involvement with USA Basketball and various training camps and events. Even though Caitlin was still in college when they first connected, there was this immediate mutual respect between them. Sophie recognized Caitlin's incredible talent and potential, while Caitlin appreciated Sophie's experience and the way she had carved out her own successful path in professional basketball. When Caitlin entered the WNBA and immediately became the face of the league, Sophie was one of the veteran players who really embraced her and helped her navigate the transition to professional basketball. Like it would have been easy for established players to feel threatened by all the attention Caitlin was getting, but Sophie was genuinely excited about what Caitlin brought to the league and how she was elevating women's basketball overall. Their friendship represents something really beautiful about women's sports in general. Instead of seeing each other as competition, these players genuinely support and celebrate each other's success. When Caitlin broke records during her rookie season, Sophie was right there cheering her on and sharing in the excitement. And when Sophie has big games or reaches personal milestones, Caitlin is always one of the first to congratulate her. So, when Sophie had this major personal news to share, the fact that she reached out to Caitlin specifically shows how much their friendship means to her. And you guys, Caitlin's reaction was everything you'd want it to be. Like, forget about basketball for a minute. This was just one friend sharing incredible news with another friend who genuinely cares about her happiness and well-being. The timing of this announcement is actually really significant, too. We're in the middle of the WNBA off-season when players are focusing on training, recovery, and spending time with family and friends. During these quieter moments that you really see the human side of these incredible athletes, they're not just basketball players. They're daughters, sisters, friends, and in Sophie's case, someone who's about to embark on an amazing new chapter of her life. What's really touching about this whole situation is how it highlights the unique challenges and experiences that women's professional athletes face. The WNBA season is intense and demanding, but these players also have lives and relationships and personal goals outside of basketball. Finding balance between professional aspirations and personal happiness isn't always easy, especially when you're constantly traveling and your schedule is dictated by games and practices. For Sophie to reach this point in her life where she's ready to take on new responsibilities while still maintaining her basketball career shows incredible maturity and planning. The WNBA has become much more supportive of players who want to start families with improved policies around maternity leave and support systems that weren't always available in the past. And honestly, seeing established players like Sophie navigate these life changes successfully provides such an important example for younger players coming into the league. It shows that you don't have to choose between basketball excellence and personal fulfillment. You can pursue both and the league will support you in making it work. The way Caitlin responded to Sophie's news also says a lot about her character and maturity. And I'm Sophie Cunningham.
And this is the Show Me Something podcast.
Even though Caitlin is still relatively new to the professional level, she understands the importance of these friendships and relationships that extend beyond basketball. Her genuine excitement for Sophie's happiness shows the kind of person she is off the court. This whole situation also highlights how social media and modern communication have changed the way athletes share news and connect with each other. Instead of waiting for formal announcements or press releases, Sophie was able to share this personal milestone directly with someone who matters to her. And the fact that fans are getting to witness and celebrate these moments alongside the players creates this amazing sense of community around women's basketball. The response from other WNBA players has been absolutely heartwarming too. When news like this breaks in the women's basketball community, you see this incredible outpouring of support and excitement from players across different teams and generations. It really reinforces how close-knit this community is and how much these players genuinely care about each other's happiness and success. Looking ahead, this news is going to have implications for how Sophie approaches the upcoming season and her long-term career planning. The WNBA has policies in place to support players through major life changes, but there's still a lot of individual planning and decision that has to happen. Sophie will need to figure out how to balance her new responsibilities with her professional commitments. And knowing her work ethic and dedication, she'll find a way to excel at both. The timing also means that Sophie will have the off-season to prepare and make all the necessary arrangements before the 2025 WNBA season begins. This kind of advanced planning is crucial for professional athletes who need to maintain their physical conditioning and performance standards while managing significant personal changes. For Caitlin, being part of Sophie's support system during this time probably means a lot to both of them. Even though they play for different teams and only see each other a few times per year during the regular season, friendships like theirs provide stability and emotional support that's invaluable in professional sports. The broader WNBA community has been incredibly welcoming and supportive of this news too. Fans across social media have been sharing their excitement and well wishes for Sophie, which shows how invested people have become in these players' lives and happiness beyond just their on-court performance. What's also really cool about this situation is how it demonstrates the evolution of women's professional sports. 20 years ago, news like this might have been seen as a distraction or something that could negatively impact a player's career, But now the league and the fans celebrate these milestones as part of what makes these athletes complete human beings rather than just basketball players. The Phoenix Mercury organization has also been incredibly supportive, which shows how much the franchise values Sophie, not just as a player but as a person. Having that kind of institutional support makes such a huge difference when players are navigating major life changes while trying to maintain their professional responsibilities. As we look toward the future, this news adds another layer to Sophie's already inspiring story. She's shown that it's possible to work your way from being a second-round draft pick to becoming a key contributor on a championship-level team. Now, she's proving that you can continue to pursue excellence in basketball while embracing new challenges and opportunities in your personal life. The friendship between Sophie and Caitlin is probably going to become even stronger through this experience. There's something really special about being there for someone during major life transitions, and Caitlin's support during this time will likely deepen their bond even further. And honestly, watching this whole story unfold has been such a reminder of why women's basketball is so special. Yes, the level of play is incredible and getting better every year. But it's the relationships, the community, and the way these players support each other through all of life's ups and downs that really sets the WNBA apart. So whether you're a longtime fan or someone who's just starting to follow women's basketball, moments like this show you exactly why this sport and this community deserve your attention and support. These aren't just athletes, they're incredible human beings living full, rich lives while pursuing excellence at the highest level of professional basketball. The next few months are going to be really exciting as we watch Sophie navigate this new chapter while preparing for another WNBA season. And knowing her determination and the support system she has around her, including friends like Caitlin, there's no doubt she's going to handle everything with the same grace and excellence she brings to the basketball court. What do you think about Sophie's big news? Are you excited to see how she balances everything moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I love hearing from you about these amazing stories that show the human side of professional sports. And make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any updates about your favorite WNBA players and all the incredible things happening in women's basketball. Thanks for watching.